Our marriage is story, oh. Everybody come and hear, oh. Couples hang out, oh. Love one thing. How I meet in my love, where I meet in my love. When we meet ourselves, come and hear story, oh, child. Couples hang out, oh. Love one thing. How I see my darling, when we start our love, when we meet ourselves, come and hear story of life. Couples hang out to love one thing. Marriage story, oh, correct marriage story, oh. Couples hang out to love one thing.
Happy Sunday, viewers at home. Hey, no be smarty, so we thank God for bringing us here again this Sunday, and I want to thank you for joining us. I hope so. Now go church, go worship God, go dance, because this God. No be smarty. The situation where we do for this country, now God go help us. So I believe that God will intervene in the name of Jesus. I don't follow them talk say Nigeria no go good again. No, I dey tell you, people when they talk say Nigeria no go good again. Now people when don't enjoy this country, we never enjoy this country. So Nigeria go good, we go enjoy that. Welcome to Couples Hangout with Omorans every Sunday 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. But today I know the studio. I dey Maboju area headquarter, and I'm Baba and Mama Unkokpeti. Now we dey bring to you today. You go hear story, marriage story. Oh my God, no be smarty. Very interesting father and very interesting mother. So I want you to sit back and enjoy today's episode. So I remember your boy Franco Luka John, aka Omoran, the evangelist of comedy, and with Pamoy, MC, comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today I go sweet, so join me as I go meet Baba and Mama Unkokpeti. I dey come back.
I don't know that thing. Maybe it's the handiwork of devil. The reason why I said this is that before we marry, when we see ourselves far off before the marriage, it's like an angel.
Chai.
It's like so say, there will never be any interference. So by that time, if my partner asks me to lie down so that she match me, I am ready to do that one. But after wedding, she dare not even make it a joke. I won't tolerate it. I don't know whether maybe that is the handworking of devil. I don't know. There are some things that we tolerated when we
na the dates, na the court.
When we the court. But after the wedding, you just discover that it will just turn to misunderstanding. You don't just know where the thing has come from. Maybe there are devil behind that thing that God knows. I rebuke that devil in the life of those who that are also experiencing such a thing in the mighty name of Jesus. Yes.
Couples hang out for marriage story. How I meet in my love, where I meet in my love. When we meet ourselves, come and hear story, child. Couples hang out to love one thing.
All right, welcome back, viewers at home. In case you are just joining us, this is Couples Hangout with Omorans every Sunday, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Before I go for that break, I tell you, say, I did with one of the Baba we say I respect so much, Pastor Solomon and Dickness Grace Unkokpeti. Daddy and mommy, happy Sunday, sir.
Happy Sunday.
I'll hold the microphone for you.
Happy Sunday.
Yes, sir. Daddy.
Area.
Mommy, it's good to see you.
Wow, happy Sunday. Wow, we thank God. We give God the glory. Happy Sunday. It's just the grace of God.
Yes, sir.
We are blessed for coming to join with us.
Mommy, your beauty. Don't say God. Apart from, we know say na God, because I know say you go say na God. What is there behind this your beauty?
Wow, it's God number one. But this handsome and an angelic man is behind it too.
That as you hear now, your head is swell.
Of course.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our father and mother have been married for, by next month 30th, they will be 22 years in marriage. So I'm not allowed them to talk, but I'm telling you now, they will be 22 years in marriage. And as we are looking at them, you'll be like saying, yesterday. So, mommy, let's go back to your wedding day. Your wedding day. Oh, okay. Before we go to that one, safe. Where are you from?
Wow, I'm from Bionibom. Quite Bionibom local government, Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom.
Yeah.
So I want you to use your dialect now to greet people. Where they are Akwa Ibom, they watch our program now. Just use your dialect to greet them now.
Ni doma si mo komo basedi ang mo fo. So mo videm kayong Jesus.
Hallelujah. Daddy, mommy is from Akwa Ibom. What about you?
I also am from Akwa Ibom, a different local government.
Okay.
I'm from Ukwok in the local government of Akwa Ibom. So both of us are from Akwa Ibom, though different local government. Of course, by now, all of us are from the same local government. But
You speak the same dialect.
the same dialect, the same everything.
So let me not tell you to greet our viewers with the same dialect. Okay, mommy, you've been married for 22 years. How has it been?
Oh wow, it's been so wonderful. Though at the beginning it was not that,
I will go there.
but by the grace of God, I really enjoy my marriage
Wow.
till now, because God is in the center of marriage, in our marriage, so everything runs smoothly. Any little command will go to God, and God will take it over. So the glory of God is always overwhelming, and the grace is there to sustain it.
Okay, now let's go to your marriage, the wedding day. I'm sure you still remember. 30th of March 2001. So that wedding day, mommy, what happened that day? When we say you know, go forget whether the preparation or during the wedding, mommy. That is the same question for you. Whether the preparation or during the wedding or after, what happened? When we say you know, if you forget.
Wow.
I want you to be factual.
In fact, what really happened in wedding day that really up to today, when I look at myself, I say, who am I? The pastors that attended that wedding was so amazing. So I said, who am I that God just used to honor? The pastors were many, and the crowd, and even the food was surplus. Of course, food was surplus then. Then the train, even those that even joined, at times I didn't even know them. They were different groups wearing their uniform. Was all to the glory of God. So everywhere was peacefully, and the food and the joy was overwhelming. So we bless the name of the Lord, and that has always run into my mind. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe daddy will have different. Daddy, your wedding day. I know say women they always happy say wedding they come, but men they always they calculate. So that day, daddy, wetin happen? Wey be say you know if you forget.
Well, I thank God so much. Lord, just like mommy have said, the attendance in the wedding was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. You know, then I was a worker.
Okay.
But then we had about 120 pastors in attendance. In attendance.
Jesus.
And then it was so amazing that everybody was struggling to be part of it. Honestly, like maybe I've just mentioned, our train was so long, so long.
Wow.
People we did not identify. Everybody was struggling to be part of it. And
you were still a worker there.
I was a worker at Ududuwa in Bashua.
Okay.
We were at Bashua. It was so amazing. You know, even my father in the Lord came from Calabar on his own. And people, in fact, the way the people took everything, and that has been about us all the time, is the hand of God. Then the gift we collected. The place we're living by the grace of God, all by God's grace. We're living in a 3-bedroom flat. If I tell you the story of that one, is another amazing thing. We took one room which was 12 by 12. The gift we collected that they filled the whole room to the ceiling, and we couldn't close the door, so we had to give it to people. have to give it to people. We start giving so that we can have place to close the door.
Wow.
So the participation of people, the church where we're pastoring, every person, throughout the district, different colors. We're just amazed to see people. So it was something we would never forget in life.
Wow. Okay, wedding in those days and now, can you compare that as a man of God?
I said there's some difference.
You were preparing for your own, compared to these days.
There will be a great difference. There was our wedding those days, and that's what we are trying to do. Even those we are wedding now, it was more spiritual. More spiritual. The time of courtship, more spiritual. The time of preparation, more spiritual, and all these kind of funds were not there, but it was not as what we have now. It was not as what we have now. Reception, that time you can use any place, organize it well for reception, but now people want big halls.
You know, do photo shoots.
No. The people, in fact, like I said, part of the thing, somebody just came, he says he want to take care of the photos. He did it, he said he did how many rolls, he snapped about 500 pictures, but unfortunately, at the end of it, we didn't have so many of them. I don't have much of wedding pictures. So it's not as it now. You know, there's advancement in technology, advancements in many things, the kind of pictures now. When I see some now, like my sister that we did wedding for last year, so wow, look at the picture, photo book, photo shot. We didn't have all that. We just have a little album.
Mommy, how long will I take court? Like how many years?
Just 3 months.
3 months?
Yes.
Wow.
Just God's answered prayer. I told God, the husband that you give, I don't need long courtship. So that I will not derail. So God answered that prayer. It was just 3 months.
3 months?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, now, mommy, your first year in marriage. A lot of couples these days, they always find that first, second year so difficult. In fact, some marriage don't scatter during first year. So your experience, first year, mommy, how was it like?
Oh wow. Though it was not that smooth because both of us were asked to come together to blend. But by the grace of God, my husband, during that short period of courtship, he told me what he liked, and I told him. So we were trying to adjust, and he told me specifically, if I'm angry, if I'm annoyed, don't talk, don't
if
answer.
He's angry.
Yes, if he's angry, I should not reply him anything then, so that it will not provoke him the more. So that really helped me. So they not really find difficult to blend with him. So it was amazing, it was sweet, it was pleasant because of all those little instruction that with God it was okay.
Can you share your experience with us, with our viewers and the young ones that are watching and those that are just married? Your experience, what did you go through that first year with daddy? Coming as a spinster.
Wow. Well, that first year, I need to be a real man and raw. As I said, not that it was that smooth, but through the grace of God and the word of God, there was nothing too serious that we cannot understand and go with. The first period, because we took time and prayed, and I know that daddy was a bit hot tempered, but due to that he told me that if he's angry I should not just answer him that time, no argument. But I studied him because marriage is all about understanding. When you understand your spouse, you not really have problem. And the Lord told me the key to marriage, you need to be patient, you need to be tolerant, you need to understand your husband. So that really helped me a lot. So young couple out there, marriage is not just the wedding that day. After the wedding, there's real marriage. So you need to go to God and ask God, who is this man I'm really married to? And when God open it to you, you need to have patience. Patience is the key. If you want your marriage to work, the Proverbs 14 what says, a wise woman builded up her house, and the foolish one used the same hand and pull it. If you really want to enjoy your marriage, God number one, and need to be prayerful. You need to be patient, and God will take over and be the center of it. Okay. But I just thank God because all that went in line with the will of God, because I told God, give me a man after your heart. I need a born again Christian. I don't just want to take any man. Though when I was young, by the grace of God, so many men came.
Sure.
They came. But I told God, no, I need your perfect will, so that when you give the one that you give me, it will be your perfect will. And you know, when God gives you, nothing that God gives that is imperfect. So I think that is what really worked for me. God gave me a man after my heart, and all the qualities that I prayed for and I've seen in him. I think that's what really worked.
So wetin marriage changing you? Wetin those things wey be say you dey do before, as you come marry now?
Number one thing, as you see me, I'm not outspoken. I'm a very shy person. I used to be so reserved. But
Why you marry?
when I marry, I'm not just any man, pastor. Hey, Jesus. So I have to talk my thoughts. I have to face the audience.
Yes.
So it really changed me. This man, though, I told God, I need a man that would take me to know God the more deeper, and that I seen. So really.
So, as you are not a talking type. The talking type.
No.
What other artists?
Maybe I was not a social person.
Okay.
I was not really social like that. So
This day, Baba go take you to convention.
you will tell me the conversation.
Hey, Daddy, coming back to you, sir.
Okay.
Your first year experience as a bachelor, you don't marry now. First year experience, sir.
Yes.
I want you to be practical because of people that are watching now.
Yes, definitely. You know, I've said, I don't know why, I'm just lazy. And that's one of the things my wife quarrels me a lot.
Okay.
I've previewed many books, proofread, help people to write books. And she had been quarreling me. What I want to say is this. One of the things I've been telling the congregation of my people is to write on marriage based on my own experience and also worship. So marriage is what I can say. God have taught me so much about it, because initially maybe I thought I would not get married. I mean, that's people thought that way when we were growing up. The kind of foundation we brought, the kind of parents, the way we were brought up in the church. By the grace of God, I didn't have any girlfriend till I got married.
Wow.
Though we relate with people, but girlfriend in the sense of what it is, I never had anyone. So
you were not dating anybody before, mommy?
Nobody.
Wow.
I never had any girlfriend, and my wife, I got to notice, he never had a boyfriend. So
she beautiful like this? But mommy, you mean men know they disturb you that time?
Too much.
they disturb her. She was working in the NNPC, and because of the disturbance, because he didn't have much counselors, she had to she ran away from the job because of men disturbing her. No, if now they could have been advised. So what I want to say now, a young man, we were all young, a young man who did not have a girlfriend, and a young girl who has not had a boyfriend. So you know what that means. So initially it was tough. I really thank God. Sometimes I used to thank God especially for that. My wife really tolerates me, because I was a man, so to say. Even when I was growing up, I don't take nonsense. I don't tolerate nonsense. And that was why I told her from the first day when I know that she's my wife, because I know my temperament. I know those are the things God have changed really as we are growing up in the ministry. God have taken that away from me. We're people of high temper. you know, hot temper, serious one. So I told her to save situation, because I promised myself, even though I did not marry, but God had been teaching me since the age of 17. I started doing marriage counseling.
Wow.
Because I was a choir master and a lot of people involved. So I told God I would never beat my wife, as small as I was. So, but I know the kind of people we are. If a woman will confront me, I will beat her. So I told my wife, by nature, from where I'm coming from, we are from a warrior angle of the world. So I told her, please, this is how to help me. We are pastors, so if I'm angry, I'm talking, don't say anything, just keep quiet. That will help me. And I thank God for her. She did that a lot. So you know, the early days of the marriage, it was not too curious. She didn't understand me. As he said, she took everything too serious. She didn't know jokes. And me, I love jokes so much. I like cracking jokes. So if you crack jokes, she would take it very serious. She didn't like talking. And I love talking in the house. I may not talk outside, but in the house,
yes,
I would like talking so much. She is not a talking type then. But by God's grace, as we grow, everything fall into places. She now talks more than me.
Can you imagine?
She now crack jokes more than me. So the initial time, maybe the first 1 month, to get to understand herself socially, so to say. But the good thing was, she was a real child of God, a born again child of God, and by the grace of God, God too had helped me. So when it comes to spiritual matters, we flow so well in prayers, in studies. He loves studies so much, and I love studies so much. So we study the Bible, we study whatever. So it was not too difficult for us to blend.
Okay, but mommy, did you plan to marry a pastor?
No. Even in my dream.
Even
my dream dead.
What if you say now, pastor, you don't marry now?
When God said, that's the man I have for you. That is.
Okay, now, the first place. Okay, let me ask daddy. The first place, daddy, where you set your eyes on your wife. Now, never start to the talk. First place where you see her. Where?
In the choir.
Choir?
Yes. Wow. I was the district choir master.
Okay.
She was a member of the choir.
So you dey watch her as they sing. You go.
I know.
You don't know. No, tell us the story now. That's why we are here.
Okay. Honestly, I used to tell her, and I used to tell God, in case of anything, it was God that checked her for me. Yes. It's a product of God. Our marriage is just the product of God. I never knew I would marry her. I never knew. I was
seen her in the church.
yes, she was the very beautiful girl, very, very beautiful, very dutiful, very spiritual, highly committed in the choir. All of them, she may talk, they were so afraid of me, because I don't take nonsense from any lady. But wait,
Daddy, wait.
He used to say women carried 7 demons. So I was yes, that time he said was hot. If you did come late to choir practice, you are finished. He would deal with you. So me, I was afraid. I didn't know that he would be my husband.
Okay, daddy. So now, what give you that? How will I put it now? What strike you? When we say, can't convince you say, now this lady be your wife.
It's God.
Okay.
It's God. When we started praying, then I joined ministry as a local worker. There was need to get married. When it was obvious that I would eventually get married, so we start to pray. Okay. We start to pray, prayer. The Lord revealed her to me.
To show you.
Yes. God showed her to me, but I rejected. I rejected initially. Then that time, I'm telling you so that the young one listening to us may know God's choice. Sometimes you can make choice and then it's not the will of God. There was one sister, she was worshiping at Great Ilasa, We made that because of tax fund. We used to have tax fund fellowship. So I saw that one. It was like, I like her. And I felt she's the one. And she too was a good young girl too. But she left for Abuja. She was at Abuja. Then I started praying. Then the prayer the Lord gave me one Tuesday when I woke up. He said I should pray. Because that sister used to send me gifts. Anything, whoever comes says he will send me. So I now said, God, it was on December. It was on a December. I said, God, the person you want me to marry, I didn't know why that prayer came. Then the person sent me gift that December. But my mind told me, of course, that sister will send you gift. How now, when God was still showing me, I didn't tell anybody. So it was like, So, okay, among these two, the person who said should marry me, then the person sent me gift.
You know they sent you?
No, we were not close at all. Nothing. So one Saturday, we were preparing for one of our deacons at Bashua wanted to get married. That time at Satellite. So we went there to arrange for vehicle. We were there standing. I now saw her come with the bag. She says, "You want to see?" She was suffering because he called me aside. So I thought she want to take excuse not to come not to come to that wedding. She now said, "Please, sir." She was suffering. She said, "Please take this." I look at her. I said, "For what?" He said, "Please take this." I collected the call our custodian and gave her to give for me, and we left. We now left for the wedding.
That time when she give you, your mind never go to that prayer where you pray.
My mind never went there. It was thereafter. Because that was on the 19th of December. So we now went for the wedding. We came back. I collected the bag. I never lose it. Because my mind, I was just thinking the other sister would send me gift. But I'm telling you, since that time, till today,
no gift.
She hasn't sent. So it was after every time. So it was after that December time, I didn't touch what she gave me. I gave it to my friend. We were living together. My friend was telling me, open now. I said, no, I'm not opening it. We were so close. I even told my friend why I would not open. So till January passed, I didn't touch it. February, my friend said, we must open this bag. We must open this bag. So we now open it. Jesus. Everything called provision. As at that time, they were inside and enveloped money inside. I said, wow. What is this?
Let me pause that.
Okay.
Mommy, what prompted you to buy that gift?
In fact,
You know they buy him.
I don't even. We're not close in any way. I don't know when. Because by the grace of God, I was very young when I got a job, a better job. Immediately I received my salary. I had very deep inspiration. So give this your district choir master gift. And it was not close to Christmas time. I don't just know. I was so restless. Till I carried money, I bought those things. I packaged it. I said, okay, let me keep it till that within time, because I don't know how to approach him, how to give him that gift. So during that time, that Saturday was on a Saturday, I went for that wedding. I said, okay, this is the best time to give him, so that people will not say, what are you people doing? So I just hand over the thing, and immediately my mind, everything just calm. So I was satisfied. I don't know it's God. I didn't even know that he was praying.
Oh my God. Wow, this is interesting, Daddy.
Yeah, that is that. So that was that. So my friend, we tore it open and we sought all those things, good things, all kinds of provisions, then money inside. This was February. So we said,
Mommy, did you pray? Did you see? He saw you in his dream.
Yes, he saw me.
Did you pray?
Me, I prayed. But his own time was different from my own time. Because after this thing, he say allowed 1 year.
1 year. After the gift, oh?
Yes.
I didn't.
After the gift, I didn't.
Despite seeing
I didn't.
the conviction.
All the conviction, I didn't. Then I went to tell my district apostle, Pastor Hussein.
The other.
Yes, I went to see my father in the Lord, Pastor Hussein.
Okay, wow.
I told him, because he was my father, he's my mentor. I went to tell him, he said, if that is the sister God is showing you the dream, go and see her immediately, because too many people have come to marry her. But we said, let me go and pray. And when she comes by, say, no, I don't know. Bankers, lawyers, some people in that time, Bashwa was a very big church. Many millionaires were there. He said people even brought their brothers who are professional. But she reject them. But if God have shown it to you, go and see her. Miss, me, I say, how will I go to a woman and say, will you marry me? So I thought of that. In fact, thereafter, I picked my friend, Bongta, my friend. I told him, we trace our house. Okay. I said, let's go there. So our arrangement was, when we get there, my friend would now talk. So we went there, we saw us. He was so scared to see us. He said, come. My friend wanted to talk. I tapped him because something told me, if your friend do this, you will never correct it in your life. So I said, let me talk. And I told her, yes, Sister Grace, and there's something I want to tell you. But I don't. Yeah, we stood with me. I said, I don't want answer now. I will give you 1 month. I brought down myself down. I'm from Bush. I'm from a very local place. I am this, I am that.
And don't be scared.
Don't be scared. So I want to ask if you marry me. Before this time, I have sent message to my dad. They've investigated their family. They've done everything. She didn't know. I just asked her, but don't answer me now till 1 month. So
okay. Before we go for that break, Mommy, I want you to respond. When I tell you that?
Before I even respond, I didn't even know when close to the time that they even came. Each person that came and asked in hand of marriage, when I took them to God, I will be seeing him. Maybe doing evangelism or choir, rehearsal or whatever. And he will not talk to me, whether in the dream, whether in physical. I said, God, each time I prayed that so person, whether it's my husband, you always showing this man. Who is this man? Who is this man? Then I was so furious in my spirit. That month I didn't even, this God. I always told young one, see, be close to God. Then we were, this youth camp.
Okay, yes.
Wow. They taught us how to wait to God for not permissive will. What did I call?
How to wait on God.
Oh, perfect will of God, yes. So I waited. I told God, between so time and so time, if He didn't give me my own perfect will, I will just marry anyone that comes to me. And God is faithful. It was then when I prayed, there was one man, a banker. I almost give up. I said, okay, let me. When I prayed and I saw him coming, so shining in that my revelation. No, it was not even that deal.
Okay.
When the young man came almost closer, I saw a thick darkness caught him.
Yes.
I woke up. I said, God, what is it? He said, that young man you saw, though it will be so prominent, your marriage will just last for a very short time and he would die young. I said, what for? I went again, I prayed. Before the man came, I told him no. That this is what the Lord told me. You are not my husband. Then I've been praying for him. That God don't allow him to die young, even though he will not get married. But eventually that man died young. So when I prayed, it was in this in that month, and I told God, who is my husband? I don't want to make a rejection till I grow old. Then it was then that night the Lord showed my husband, showed him to me. And in that choir store, he asked me, will you marry me? I said, I woke up. So I told God, okay, if this man is still my husband, truly, before month end,
You have give God condition.
let him come physically. I want him to come physically and ask me the same question. And you know, God is a faithful God. Before it was 3 days to 30 to the month end.
Okay.
He now came with a friend, so I was scared. He now asked, will you marry me? Don't answer me. Go and pray till 1 month. I didn't even know. 1 year. Can you see this man? For 1 year, God has already refused.
Oh my God, this story is okay. Viewers at home, ladies and gentlemen, I've been hanging out with Daddy and Mommy Unko Kweti. So let me just go for a short break. When we come back, and we go enter the marriage challenges. Adeko. Daddy, some husbands they reject food. They reject their wife food if they are hungry.
My brother, that one, I learned my lesson on that one in a hard way. It used to be my style too.
Okay.
But one day, I was hungry and I left the food. In the midnight.
Mommy, don't laugh now. Oh, God.
Hunger now struck. I look up. I said, wait, I gave money for this food.
Happy.
Now I'm hungry. I leave the food. Shortage really again.
Child.
I got up, ate my food. Since that day, I promised myself, my anger will never go to issue of food.
Food again.
There was a day I cooked food in the afternoon. They refused to eat. I used the food for my dinner.
You don't go back and
I
say.
didn't cook in the evening. The following morning again I cook. He did not eat it. I eat this for afternoon food. I did not cook in the afternoon. So in the evening I now cook. Maybe that was the day he went and carried the food in the night, because my plan was that he did not eat it. I will eat for my breakfast.
Couples hang out for marriage tutorial.
Alright, welcome back, viewers at home. In case you are just joining us, this is Couples Hangout. Now the show episode they bring husband and wife. Episode that they somehow they are Torio, where they meet, how they meet, waiting they make them home, they go jolly. And if you are inspired to sponsor this show, please don't hesitate to call our number. The number is already on the screen: 00344675773. Maybe in the name of your family, your church, organization, and this one is towards a happy home. So welcome back. I'm still hanging out with Daddy and Mommy Unko Kweti. Mommy and Daddy, you are welcome back, Mommy.
Thank you. God bless.
But any question that you have for our father, any comment that you have, just send it to our number and they will forward it to Daddy and they will do justice to it. So you're welcome once again, Daddy.
Thank you very much.
Mommy, okay, Mommy have been talking. Daddy, when you got married, the first challenge that you face in this marriage, just share with us and our viewers, and how were you able to overcome that challenge?
What would I say? Yes, we have some challenges, not external challenges. Let me say ministerial challenges. You know, we're very young,
Yes.
and we were taken to a church where we have elderly people. And by the grace of God, it was a church that had been down, so to say. But the Lord used us seriously to raise up. You know, when you are reviving a church, setting rules, and you step on some toes. So definitely, though I was a very small boy, my wife a very small girl. She was 23 when we got married, and I was 32. So we were relatively very young people. So, you know, when you are trying to put things in place for things to move, you definitely step on some toes. So some of those toes rose against us. Seriously, spiritually, and even physically. Yeah. But the good news was that the Lord helped us to make a mark. Even till today, if we go there, people celebrate us. So because of that, we had some challenges But as we took it to God in prayer, the Lord helped us.
Okay. Now the challenge now I'm talking about is like between the two of you.
The two of us.
Yes.
I wouldn't say there's much challenge, because since by the grace of God we understand the Bible, that means I'm a born marriage counselor, so to say. Even when I was not married, the Lord had been helping me to counsel married people. So the Lord helped us. So whatever challenge we have, of course there could be misunderstanding within us. We used to have some little misunderstanding. We have never invited anybody to settle our case. Nobody, neither my parent nor a parent nor a friend, nobody. So if we have our own,
What did this marriage change in you? You know, I don't ask.
yeah, it have changed a lot of things. Like I've told you, I'm a very simple person.
Mama don't come you that.
I'm a very simple person. My own is, if this phone is here, it must be there for the next 20 years. It must have its own position. I don't like scattering at all. When marriage came down, children came in, and our house is since we're married, we never live alone. Crowd of people are living with us. All those things scattered. So I'm used to it. And in fact, it has changed a lot of things. It have changed even my food. There were certain things I don't like. I never even thought I would eat them. But some of the things, my wife loved it. And with her now, I have to love it. Ekpan cocoa, like for instance. I wouldn't say
Ekpan cocoa.
Okay, that you don't like her.
that time. I never liked those things. Fufu, I didn't like those things. I never was not eating. But now, or after marriage, in course of marriage, my wife introduced me to those things. I love them. I celebrated it. So you have changed my emotion, my temperament. The odd temper I used to have, God helped me, and the marriage to disappear completely. What I couldn't tolerate, in fact, it teaches me tolerance. I can tolerate now. Sometimes even a woman shout at me now, I will just be laughing. But before I got married, no woman can. Even when I was in secondary school, to tell you how serious it was. We were in a school where I was, in fact, in my class 1, then, yes, S1. I saw women, senior girls, beating people. I told my master, school then we have masters. I told my master, instead of a woman to give me 3 strokes, I went to a very disciplined school. I will prefer a man to give me 30 strokes. No woman must beat me. So his girlfriend that was standing with him became annoyed. He said, you don't have respect for women. You small boy. He wanted to give me knock. I ran away. Wow. Until I left the school, no man beat me.
Now for you. Mommy, can you tell us your funniest experience in this marriage? Funniest experience in this marriage, you. What daddy they do for us, and maybe what daddy don't do for you.
Oh, wow. As he rightly said, we not really have too much challenges. There's one day that it was so funny. I know that it was something serious. Me, I like cap, even till now.
Cap.
I like cap, design thing like that. But that Sunday, he said, what kind of you woman? You don't know how to tie wrapper. I should tie wrapper and tie scarf gele. I manage and tie those things. And I got to church now. One wrapper loose.
As we did that.
So it was someone that helped me and took me outside. I didn't know that daddy became so annoyed. He said, and when we got home, I greeted him. He didn't answer me. It was so funny. I brought food. He said, he's not eating now. Wait later. I said, what happened now? I waited 2 hours, 3 hours, no, nothing. I called him, come, let's eat. If he's not hungry, wait later. Me too, I did not have appetite. Till evening time.
Because that you know his name. I make you no get appetite.
I didn't have appetite. I didn't really know the matter. And I said, why the rapper now put the this so serious? I said, no, please don't be angry with me. I don't know how to tie those. I must learn it. Is that why you refuse eating? He said yes. So I begged him. He took the food the first day. Another day again, he said to tie up. I said, I'm not going to tie. I'm not going to tie again so that the thing would not lose. Okay, I managed and tie. I carried the tie this time around. I carried the tie to the church to go and meet someone to help me tie. I didn't know that he saw it. Yeah, peep on the window, he saw it. He was not happy. When we got home, he was angry, he refused to eat. He refused to eat. I said, okay, me this time around, I will not beg him again. He didn't sit there. So I took small portion, I ate. I waited 2 hours, 3 hours. He did not want to eat. I said, please eat now. What happened? He refused. So I went to God in prayer. I said, God, what should I do? The Lord said, I should laugh at him. And I got to laugh. Oh, you pastor that preach. So it was so funny. So I got back to him. I said, you that preach and do this, why are you doing this? Begin to laugh. It was then that he said,
but now you don't sabi the rapper like.
I got tired, but not too like that because naturally I don't like.
Okay. All right. We are getting to the end of the program now. So, Daddy, if your wife is angry, how do you know that she's angry?
Oh, I would know. I would know, and that's one of the things we have taught ourselves. Okay. That we must live your life such that if you are angry, like me, if I'm angry, everybody would know.
I know, she will even tell us.
She would know. If she's angry, I would know.
Okay.
Her mood would change. Her mood would change. I will read from that mood that is angry.
You no go laugh, you no go.
She no go talk. She would talk. Maybe it's me that would not talk, but she will manage to talk. But I would know because then she will be so aggressive with the children. She will be aggressive with everybody around. She would if I'm the one that annoys her, she would transfer the aggression to the children. Then I would know. Then I know how to settle that.
So how do you calm mommy? How do you calm? A lot of people they believe that the pastors they don't sabi. If mom is angry now, how do you calm her?
Only
be practical.
One, to calm her down. If I talk to her,
okay.
If I say sorry, if I'm the one that offended her, I say sorry, forget about it. She'll forget it. And if I want her to
so if you are not the one that offended her, you can't say sorry. Can you say sorry even if you are not the one that
no, we'll find out what is her problem. If she's so angry, I know how to. If I buy a fine chicken laps, she eat it, she will be happy.
Oh, God. So mommy, chicken lap now be your pass.
Happy. She will be happy. I will say forget about it and she will forget about it.
Wow, mommy chicken lap. I don't catch you today. A lot of Maboju members now, they don't know mommy. Say you like chicken lap. Okay, mommy.
I was dead or not die again. I'm good.
Okay, mommy, if dad is angry, how in the rehearse for us?
He will just give me it. He will not talk to anybody. Even though you greet him, I will know that is really the anger is really tense. Then I will now I will tell God, give me the best strategy to handle it. But because now, as he said, I became so jovial now. I don't like staying with him. We don't joke. We don't. No dull moment. We either sing choir song or hymn or whatever. But if he's angry, he will cease to do all those things with you. I will call him. We say, let's talk. My own is let's talk. Okay. He will talk, and I will open up. We talk. He will now tell me, I will now beg him, I'm sorry, that it will not happen again. Then what I would do for him, if I really want to settle the matter, I will cook. Finally, can you come? And can they say
As Baba they pass the aroma like this, I don't finish.
I will put things in place, the house, everything, because he like a tidy place.
Okay.
I will make sure everywhere is tidy and present good food. No matter the reason, it will go. The anger will go. So that is how to set.
Okay, now let's wrap it up like this. I want you to describe your husband. I want you to describe him with like 3 words. 3 words. Be practical now. Let's put spiritual things for one side. That I want you to describe your husband. With 3 words. Just look up, look your husband, eyeball to eyeball, and describe it.
Number 1 is a God sent man to me.
God sent.
He's a God sent man to me, and he's my counselor. He's my coach.
Yeah.
He's my brother. He's my friend. He's my best friend. So best friend. He's my best companion. He's my prayer partner. In fact, apart from God, he's all I know and all to me. I still pray, God, if there be another world, let's stay together. So
wow, it's so interesting with you, Daddy.
Yes.
Your wife. She's beautiful. We know that she's beautiful.
Yes, she is. She's a total woman.
Complete.
She's balanced by the grace of God. Balanced spiritually, physically. She's an evangelist. She's a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a beautiful and excellent cook. She's a mother. She's a role model to many.
Wow.
I used to pray. I used to really pray that even my friend pastors, their wives should be like my wife. If every pastor's wife should be like my wife, honestly, not boasting, our church will be at peace and there shall be growth.
Wow.
In our church by the grace of God. She's a giver, very liberal.
So people they feel jealous now. They hear that too. They feel jealous now.
Well, it's my prayer that they're jealous. As you say, we should be frank.
Of course,
and that is what we are saying. We are saying honestly, if all ministers' wives should be like my wife, our church will be very good. You know, there are times we want to do things that are used to hear. That some wife will say, no, not my wife. Whatever is good in giving, in encouraging, and whatever. You see that if children come here, they play with me. People come here, we are close. Our house is open to everybody at all time. At all time. You see, so I love that. That's my nature, and that's our nature. And that has helped our ministry. People may not know why that she contributes a lot because of her lifestyle that equate with my own. And the Lord have used that to help us building homes, building people, supporting people, reaching out to people, and all that. My wife, to know that she's sick, 3 things. Number 1, if she cannot study the Bible, you want to do study, even at home, then you call her to study, she say no, means she's really sick. And if she cannot cook, maybe we have visitors or what food, because we want everybody to eat in the house, whatever we manage all, you know. Anything that takes her away from coming to church programs, it means she's really sick, you know. So she's a total woman by the grace of God.
Take that home. All right, mommy and daddy from GVTV and the couples hangouts. They say we should give you this umbrella.
wow.
And I pray that God will continue to hide your marriage under his umbrella.
Amen.
In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
And anybody that want to scatter your marriage, Holy Ghost, fire. All right, thank you very much for joining us this Sunday. I've been hanging out with Baba and Mama Unko Kweti, the Apostolic Church Nigeria, Maboju area superintendent, and it's been interesting with mommy and daddy. So now here we go. Hang up today till next Sunday. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank my crew, AY for coming down with me to Maboju area headquarter. Thank you very much. I remain your boy Franco Lucado John, aka Omoiron, the evangelist of comedy anointed with palm oil, MC comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I always they talk say no food for a lazy man. You know concern picking where mama get restaurant to no be who first call police 9 day week case. Till next Sunday, we shall see so. Bye bye.
Na for marriage tori o, na for marriage tori o, na for marriage tori o, na for marriage tori o. Couples hang out, na for marriage tori o. Couples hang out, na for marriage tori o. Na for marriage tori o, na for marriage tori o, na for marriage tori o.